10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to the Philippine Native Chicken Karagdagang Kaalaman.
Sa scale. No, so itong presentation po, hope that it can be of help no, sa ating mga racers dyan all throughout the Philippines. No, tandaan natin that there is always what we call the opportunities behind no, of racing native chicken. Kaya lang ang isa palagi na titingnan po natin is that how we can habit me. Ang isa kasi sa mga tinitingnan po natin is that consideration palagi natin is that this opportunity, no, tandaan po natin that along the way in the implementation of the project that we have, no, yung risk is always attributed along the way. If you'll be raising native chicken in backyard, sabihin natin backyard, ilang bang heads yan, no, you can have it siguro diyan lang sa mga tag 10 inahin, no, saka palakihin mo lang yung mga sisyo, no, parang ganon yan. But when you say about commercial, yung pinag-usapan natin dito is yung maramihan. Now, ang isa kasi palagi sa tingnan natin is that as I've mentioned, na native chicken tayo, different group as I've mentioned, kaya on the different areas all throughout the countries na maraming grupo po na native chicken na pwede po ninyo makita, no, and yun ang palagi sinasabi ko, if possible, no, we could utilize no, your own local native chicken in your respective areas. Ang isa palagi tingnan natin is that in terms of the marketing and production situationer, marketing and production situationer. Kaya nga palagi sabi ko is that there is what we call the mismatch between the consumers and the racers. And if this mismatch patuloy mangyari dyan, wala mangyari sa ating pag-alaga for native chicken. Kahit sabihin natin that their number right now of the foreign native chicken, ang foreign native chicken kasi na lumating sa atin dito, are considered to be the colored broilers, they are hybridized chicken. Ibig sabihin po, this is what they call the combination of the genes of the dwarf and the giant chicken. Yung kung bakit na if you'll be using it as the parental stocks of your flock, siguro sa mga dalawa tang pangatlong henerasyon, makikita po niyo ang tawag natin doon is what they call the segregation. No, ibig sabihin po, ang manok natin minsan makita mo na malaki ang katawan, maikli yung paa niya, and then diyan naman na minsan na sobrang laki naman ang manok nyo. But those are what they call the consideration natin. Kaya nga sabi natin that when you are raising the chicken, when you're raising the chicken and you are planning to have it na talagang pambinta sa market, pwede bang pakinggan nyo ang market demand? Except if you are planning to raise native chicken, it is not because of the market, but you are really want to raise native chicken for aesthetic value. Pag sinabi natin aesthetic value, you are not after of the income that you will be deriving in raising such kind of group of native chicken, but you are after of the beauty of your chicken, na pareho nga sa nag-alaga po ng mga bantam chicken, o iba pang mga fancy chicken, na they're not after actually of the income but the aesthetic value. Ang demand kasi na market, this is what I call out of the studies that we conducted dito po mismo sa Iloilo, and this is group of researchers na not only from Central Philippine University but even group of researchers pala coming from the University of the Philippines in the Visayas, including the West Visayas State University. Ang isa kasi sa titingnan natin is that the based on the studies, tingnan ko bakit pa malasa yung native chicken natin. Karamihan kasi when I was in UP din, sabi na because that is what they call the perception of mind, na kung saan masarap yung native chicken. But actually masarap talaga yung native chicken. Yung bakit na based on the studies, and even this is not only in terms of in the Philippines, But even in some other countries, they try to conduct studies determining ano ba talaga ang attributed factors na or nutrient na doon sa katawan ng manok. Bakit na mas malasa sa? Bakit mas malasa sa? Ang isa po kasi sa nakita nila that the distinctive taste of this native chicken is attributed by the presence of this pre-amino acid. Mismo sa katawan ng manok po. Kasi ginawa po ng chemical studies, yung karne mismo of different ages, na they try to have it be analyzed, ano ba talaga ang pinagkaiba niya on the commercial breed. Yung ko bakit minsan that I know that siguro by means of nutrition this can be modified, but it depends. It depends. Now, the distinctive taste of the native chicken talaga is that this is attributed by the two main pre-amino acid. This is what they call the glutamic acid and then the aspartic acid. Ito kasi ang pinakamalakas. Now, if they are going to compare it, the content with the broilers and other fast-growing fowl, halos po in terms of the volume ng concentration nito, mas kaunti doon sa mga fast-growing fowl, and ito marami po sa ating native chicken, na isa to sa pinakamalaking consideration. Yung ko bakit na they have what they call the distinctive taste, because of these two amino acids. And these two amino acids, this is attributed po sa body weight po ng ating manok. Yung kung bakit na minsan sabihin natin that Doc, bakit na palaging sinasabi mo is about 850 grams to 900 grams. Kasi sa edad na yan, doon po ang may pinakamataas na level ng glutamic acid at saka aspartic acid. Baka sabihin nyo, Dok, how about naman doon sa mga manok na broody? Pag sabihin natin kasing broody, yung manok natin is that na yung manok na naglilimlim po. Actually, yung pinakamataas na enzyme diyan sa mga manok ninyo na broody po is that na yung presence kasi ng tawag namin dito is that the prolactin. Sabihin natin prolactin, yung tawag diyan is that na kung sa mga nanay kasi na nagpadidi po, pasensya po because right now the marketing strategy kasi maraming style, yung hormone kasi na responsible for the secretion of milk in the mammary gland is known as what they call the prolactin. Ang sabi nga ng iban, sa manok may dyan. Kahit nga sa isda, meron yan. Ang sa manok kasi, ang prolactin na yan, that is the hormone responsible para maging broody yung inahin. O siya, titrigger po para na maglimlim po ang manok. Yung kung bakit na palagi na sabihin sa mga malalayong lugar, sabihin palagi, piribang ang ibigay po natin, lalo na po pag bagong panganak, tapos mahina yung gatas, sabihin palagi doon sa may na mga ninuno natin, nanay, lula natin, tatay, lolo, sabihin palagi na hulihin mo nga yung manok doon sa pugaran, yung naglilimlim, at saka lagyan po ninyo ng papaya, saka dahon po ng siling labuyo, at saka gawing tinola, lagyan po ng salay, kamatis, asin, parang ganun lang. Pasensya po sa hindi pa nakapaghapunan, walang problema, pariyo po tayo. Yung bakit na pagbinigay yan, isa yan kasi sa mga functional values of the native chicken that is already absent in the sa mga manok na mga fast-growing fowl. Kaya nga minsan sa kalimitan, ma-observe po ninyo na madalang po ninyo makita ang mga fast-growing fowl na naglilimlim. Because na yung prolactin na yon halos nawala na yan. It is because of what they call the selection. The chicken are selected, lalo na po sa ating mga layers, they were selected to lay greater number of eggs per year. Na sabihin natin, for example, na sa isang taon, no, they can produce as many as 320 eggs per year, na ganon yan. And, the process of selection, nawawala yung mga functional values or the real score of the chicken, these functional values. That is why that we are raising native chicken. It is not only because of the distinctive taste, but we are raising chicken because of its functional values. Now, pag sinabi natin kasi functional values, they can be used as a medicine. Di ba? Para bang, for example, nalagnat ka, why not eat, magpipikan ito ng manok out of this chicken. Tawag namin dito is yung tamanyuhon, yung about mga 850 grams to 900 grams. Lagyan mo ng siling labuyo, at saka others, at saka ipahigap yung sabaw sa mga bata. There is a certain hormone nandoon na talagang kailangan po natin para mas mabilis yung recovery ng katawan. And usually po, ang presence po nitong glutamic acid, aspartic acid po, na not only in terms of the body weight but even in terms of the breast muscle. Yung kung bakit that yung mga nagtatanong po na mga racers natin dyan sa may bandang Southern Luzon pala, please utilize your own manok Tagalog dyan. Bakit po? When it comes po sa breast muscle, hindi pa natin kailangan na sobrang laki. Yung medyo matipuno ng konti. Kasi pag medyo matipuno ng konti yan on native chicken, ibig sabihin po, kargado po yan ng pre-amino acid. Those are what they call the basic requirement. Ano ba talaga? Bakit the racers, the consumers, are buying native chicken? It is not because of the size. It is because of the distinctive taste and the functional values associated with that taste. Na kasi ang palaging perception ng tao is that we want that native chicken because na talagang malasa o masarap sa. Now, this is what they call the market demand. Now, on the part of the research station kasi, if I'm going to have it, the data be analyzed. Kaya nga palagi sinasabi ko is that when I took my PhD, ang isa kasi sa nakita ko, all throughout the country, ilang heads pang demand ng Pilipino if they will be given the chance to have an accessible and affordable native chicken meat or the dressed native chicken on the market. Isipin nyo for 1 year, that is about 238 million heads per year. Those are the requirement. Paano mo yan ma-attain if the technology that we'll be using will be more on what they call the backyard scale? Yung ko bakit na siguro sa ating mga viewers dyan na either in the real time or on the recorded natin na mga video po dito, napakarami na po nag-alaga ng backyard na manok. Tingnan po ninyo if the supply in the market really increase. Yung kung bakit that we also determine ano ba ang kailangan natin as the racers. Ano ba ang kailangan natin as the racers? Now, if there is what they call the market demand, now we should match it also with the need of the racers. Otherwise kasi dalawa kasing bahagi yan na mahirap naman kasi na punan mo yung isa tapos yung isa pala hindi. On the producer side, sa Pilipinas kasi palagi sabi nila is that there is always one segment of the value chain that is always subsidized by the government. Kahit sabihin po ninyo na binibigyan po ng subsidy ang mga racers o mga farmers, but actually it is the consumers that is being subsidized versa. Now, ano pang gusto ng racers? So, sa mga racers, siguro na ngayon na nakasama po natin on the live stream. Di ba gusto natin that if possible we can have a uniform body weight on the marketing age. No, pag ibig sabihin yan that when it reaches the marketing age na sa tingin natin, for example, 90 days. Bakit 90 days? Kasi if you are going to extend the number of days of raising your native chicken, mangyari dyan is that na yung kinakain yung patoka, if you are going to evaluate it in terms of the gain in weight po, lugi po tayo. Lugi po tayo. That is why that titingnan po natin na if possible po, no, can we have it na possibly, no, on the yung marketing age po natin is about 90 days, because in terms of profitability, in terms of the observation that we have, no, dito po sa CPU, yan kasi ang pinakamaganda na kung saan po size consumption versus the gain in weight po, medyo may lamang po tayo, and then ang isa pa doon is that na sabihin ng raisers, ang isa pa sa consideration namin is that pwede bang mataas po ang resistensya po sa sakit at saka yung production cost po, pwede bang mura. Tandaan natin that if raising native chicken in commercial scale, ang isa palagi sa mga consideration natin is in terms of the number of chicken in a flock. Pag sinabi po natin number of native chicken in a flock, as your number of native chicken increases, yung prevalence po ng sakit tumataas yan. Bakit? Because halos sumisikip na sila. Yung kung bakit ng tawag natin doon when it comes to environment is the carrying capacity. Gaano ba karami ang makaya ng ating area, no, sa pag-alaga po ng manok. Parang ganon yan. But if you observe, no, sa mga previous presentation natin po, na talakay na natin yan, in terms of disease resistance and yung low production cost, isa rin yan. At saka ang isa pa dyan is that when it comes to early maturing, no, at saka ang isa pa is that na pili bang ang native chicken natin is that they can lay more egg. Tandaan po natin that if you are going to raise native chicken, no, in the backyard scale, ang isa palagi dyan sa mga consideration natin is that na the number of egg. If you'll be raising it on the backyard scale, halos yung number of egg it can lay in a year, siguro pag nakaproduce ka about 40 to 60 eggs, no, masaya ka na. That is in terms of the natural brooding, and that is in terms of our backyard. Parang ganon siya, because na yung inahin kasi, no, pag nag-brood yan, no, ang isang inahin kasi pag nangitlog yan, no, from hindi naman kasi araw-araw nangingitlog yan. The maximum egg that can lay by a hen is about 15 to 18, parang ganon. But majority po 10 to 12 yung number of egg. And then they will be it will spend about 20 days. So ibig sabihin, for example, 12 eggs plus 22, almost a month. Antayin pa niyan 45 days. Ibig sabihin po, your chicken will spending about 3 months. 3 months yan bago mangitlog uli. Yung kung bakit sabi natin that it will be only be laying the natural means, na kung saan po sila mismo na incubate on a backyard scale. Siguro dyan na muna tayo sa 40 to 60 eggs per year. Kahit sa amin dito, yung observation kasi namin, they could lay as many as 150 eggs, maximum na yan level. Bakit po? Why we are not selecting for them to lay egg? Kasi kung ang target po ninyo is for the egg production, wag po ang native chicken. Kasi po baka malugi po kayo, because hindi kasi sa selected for egg production. Yung kung bakit that we are raising the chicken, because of certain characteristics na doon sa kanya. As I've mentioned about what they call the functional values, na parang ganon yan. So those are what they call the requirement no, of the market and the requirement of the racer, so what they call the producer. These are what they call the marketing and production situational. Yung kung bakit na minsan we keep on raising yung malaking manok kasi sabi natin, but again and again no, yung tao talaga, no, they will always find minsan how to find native chicken. Ang problema lang kasi pag wala dyan, ang katilang titingnan dyan is what they call the alternative one, na parang ganon yan. So that is why that we're giving this market situation na para po naman alam po ninyo. These are again all the product of the researches that is conducted dito po sa within Visayas, na particularly po dito sa CPU. Yung ko bakit that we develop the Bisaya and Hulu native chicken, kasi ang tingin namin dyan is that to satisfy na the need of the research and the requirement of the market. Ito po kasi ang isa sa bahagi po na para po at least maintindihan po natin na this is from the farm down to what they call the consumers. Kaya nga palagi there is always what they call the feedback mechanism, no, from the racers by itself, and what will be the feedback coming from the consumers. Na kasi pag ang consumers po natin palagi is that na pag hindi contented, na ang palagi mayari sa atin is that na sa una lang ang malakas na bintahan natin, but in terms of sustainability po ng operation natin, yan ay isa sa malaking problema po natin if ever na will not be listening to the feedback coming from these customers. Now in terms of the market, na yan palagi ang sabi ng various researchers that sabi nila there is what they call the unstructured market, no, for native chicken. Now unlike kasi on the broiler, no, balikan po natin yung broiler na from the company na kung saan po na-produce po ng CCO papunta po sa mga contract growers, but before the contract growers there is what they call the middleman, na kung saan po yung mga kumpanya na mga nagbibinta po ng patoka, no, kasi on the feed milling kasi meron katawag doon na forward and backward market. Yung ko bakit that they keep on doing this contract growing para pa naman they have what they call the show market for their feeds, na sa papunta doon sa racer, na papunta sa racer, halos yung racer naman na if you'll be engaging in contract growing, na meron kasi requirement yan, no, kasi noon yung you can establish using what they call the locally available materials, but right now there are some market na kung saan requirement talaga nila is yung tunnel bent housing. So isipin nyo kung magkano ang investment, that is by the millions, na if you'll be raising about mga 5 to 10,000 siguro sa housing pa lang, na yung 5 million nyo baka kulang yan, na parang ganon yan. So that is why that from the racers down to the dressing plant, sa dressing plant naman mag-dress sila, pagkatapos balik naman doon sa storage area, from storage area na papunta yan sa mga wholesaler and retailers hasta makapasok dito sa mabili po ng consumers. Now in the native chicken, mayroong different levels, no, levels of marketing, no. Pag sinabi pa natin levels of marketing from the racers, na mula mismo dito sa racers, na for example, if one of the households na meron sa kakilalang kaibigan, sabihin pwede bang magbili po ng manok sa inyo na para po pang konsumo lang sa bahay. Ibig sabihin po from the racers to the household. No, ibig sabihin this what they call direct marketing, the zero level. Na wala na kasing daanan na middleman. Yung kung bakit that pwede na siya na ito kasi ang isa ka pinaka-shortcut means na kung saan po ang racers, no, they can gain more, at saka yung sa case naman ng household, medyo mababa ang possible na cost niya comparing than have it in the other level. Now, aside from this marketing link, no, if it be raising native chicken, if you want to market it, na meron kasi ba na instead of having it be passed no, sa mga middleman na ito sa gitna na to, now what they're doing is that they're raising native chicken and they have their own processing center, no, itong mga restaurant na to, no, na kung saan po yung sila na mismo ang nag-alaga dito at saka i-process. Kaya that 275 na marketing price namin included na yung delivery fee niya. If I'm going to process it into inihaw, no, yung manok na sabi ko kanina that is weighing about mga 850 grams to 900 grams. Kung i-market po namin dyan, that will only be 275. But if I'm going to process it na inihaw, no, divided into 5 parts na halos, ang pili mo po na ma-income po is abutin yan no, hanggang 400 pesos, no, yung isang pirasong manok. So, tingnan nyo magkano ang diferensya. That is from the end na kung saan po, if I'm going to compute the production cost that we have and then the final income that we derive po, no, if you're the one processing it, no, talagang malaki po ang margin. That is why that if you are planning to engage no, on the native chicken and you want na sabihin natin na hindi naman kailangan talaga na marami yung manok na alagaan ninyo, but you're only after how to derive profit and to maintain no, the quality of your chicken all year round. Isa kasi sa mga nakita natin is that na if you be dependent on the market at saka yung market na yan no, using what they call the backyard technology, ang lasa kasi ng manok during the dry season po is different na on the rainy season, dry season and rainy season. It is because of the presence of the scavengable feed resources. Pag sinabi natin scavengable feed resources, yung mga patoka na pwede po makita sa paligid, no, iba kasi yan during the rainy season and iba naman sa dry season. And that is why that the taste of the chicken now vary depending on the season. Parang ganon siya. Kung tanongin nyo, Doc, saan bang masarap? Ang manok po, masarap lang yan pag yung tinutuka niya is not less than 10 different feedstuffs. Based on studies I conducted way back on 2005, halos po, if you're going to dissect yung butsi po na manok, yung crop po na manok, it is comprises of almost not less than 10 different species no, of organism, from plants, animals, from plants and insects, and even what they call the decomposing biomass, parang ganun, pati nga sand po, tinutuka po ng manok po natin. So, yung lasa niya kasi, nag-iba yan. But, if you are the one raising for your chicken, and you are the one processing it, halos yung lasa po ng manok nyo all year round, mintinado yan. And even the production scheme that you will be using, mintinado mo yan. Yan ang magiging competitive advantage po ninyo if na you will be engaging that from the growing no, papunta po sa marketing. Yun ang isa sa pinakamalaking nakita po natin that the possible income. Yun kung bakit that if you want that income will be increased to a certain level. Kasi pag ikaw ang nagproseso kasi, anong ibig sabihin yan? Instead of selling, kung ikaw lang nagpo-processor ka lang, instead of buying, I think, if you're the racer pala, if the margin that you can derive is 50 pesos, for example, or even 30 pesos per head na manok po ninyo, ibig sabihin, if you will be the one to process it and to market it, Ibig sabihin po, if the margin is about 150 pesos from the part of the dressing na, o baka sabihin natin from the production to the customers na, that is almost 150. Ibig sabihin po, you need only to raise. Instead of raising 3 manok po, 1 manok na lang po ang alagaan natin. Parang ganon. Just to derive the expected income that we formulated during the planning stage of our farm. That's what I mentioned, yung objective natin doon. Now, that is if you are still on the direct means. So, from the racers and if you're the one processing it, if you have the restaurant na parang ganito yan, or it can be in this way, na kung saan po yung household mismo na you're doing what they call the direct selling na po. Na, however, if you are going to pass na on this level of marketing, na ang nangyari kasi parang ganito yan. In some far-flung areas, in the rural areas, ang mga panteng kasi, yung middleman minsan, ang ginagawa niyan is that napunta sila bahay-bahay. At saka bilhin yung manok dito sa racers. Na kasi yung racers naman, parang tinatambad na karga po ng manok papuntang palengke. And then here come the buyer na kung saan po willing po magkarga niyan. Ang gawin niyan, bilhin doon sa racers, dikta on the farm, and then every marketing day, meron po naman mga buyers dito sa bayan po. At saka ang ginagawa po dito is that this middleman going to this one. So ang buyers na to are called to be as part as what we call the wholesalers. Wholesalers. So pag wholesalers nila, ang gawin po nila is that papunta naman dito sa conglomerates. Ibig sabihin po ito, nag-iipon po naman ng pagdami-dami niyan, dalhin doon sa mga wholesalers, kung sino man yung wholesalers na yan, at saka yung mga wholesalers naman na yan, benta dito sa restaurant, papunta po sa customers. And then, di kaya dito, ang conglomerates naman, I think, they can be considered also as the wholesalers, na kung saan po papunta naman dito sa mga retailers. At saka yung retailers naman na to, ito naman papunta dito sa mga wet market, supermarket, because there are some individuals na they have what they call the contract in the supermarket, or what they call supermarket, na sabihin ng supermarket, you can supply us with this number of head, ikaw nang bahala maghanap yan for as long na mabigay mo yung kailangan ng supermarket, okay na sa kanila. And then, they go also in terms of the kiosk. And the final will be the household. Kung tingnan po natin, this different level. Based on study of Ma'am Joy Lizada and et al., mga kasamahan ni Ma'am Joy Lizada, they found out that in every level na po to, the margin is ranging from 10 to 20 pesos per head. 10 to 20 pesos per head. Na isipin nyo, magkano kaya from this level, from the buyers in the farm, bagay natin 10 pesos, papunta dito sa buyers in the town, 10 pesos, 20 pesos na ipapunta dito sa conglomerates. Sa tingin nyo kaya in your area, parang ganon? Yung finding na yan is just only what they call the average. Ibig sabihin po, mayroon pa iba dyan na sobrang taas magbenta. Na minsan, if you are going actually yung tingnan mo dito is that na yung 20 pesos siguro o 10 to 20 pesos na yan, net na yan. Ibig sabihin yung pamasahe niya, nakapatong yan. Ibig sabihin that it may be up to 25 pesos. Ganon din dito sa buyers in the town, sa mga bayan po. Papunta dito sa wholesalers. Minsan, if you are going to take on the price na based also on the study that we conducted dito po sa Iloilo, the price on the part of the racers, yung kung bakit na some of our kasamahan po natin dito ngayon gabi po, natatanong about the tawag dito yung presyuhan po ng manok, Actually, yung prisuhan ng manok dito sa Iloilo, pumapalo yan in terms of per kilo. Pumapalo yan from 200 to 250. And even as less as 150 no, per kilo yan. No, parang ganon yan. It depends on the location. No, parang ganon ang sitwasyon. Now, from the part of the racers, papunta dito sa household, the level is far different. Nung nagka-COVID, I keep on moving dito sa Iloilo because we have the food pass. And at the same time, monitoring the prices of the native chicken as part also of observation. Ano ba talaga ang pwedeng gawin? Noon, halos yung piece 1 po is 140. But when it reaches this level, from this one, dadaan yan siguro direkta na on the farm, or maybe this one, this final stage, or maybe this also what they call the middleman na lang, papunta isang tao lang dito. Halos yung price difference, buhay yan ha, 850 to 900 grams. The 140 on the racer become 300 pesos on the restaurant. Magkano kaya sa customer? Yung kung bakit nasabi ko is that na if we are going to base na dito po sa amin, no, halos yung pinaka-county na possible na income, gross income na maderive mo out of the 275 is 375 pesos. 375 pesos. Parang ganun yan. So, ibig sabihin na you have still 100 pesos. Makatao pa yung presyuhan namin po dito. Kung it is located on the one that is used to process your product is yung mga high-end. Ibig sabihin po, kawawa palagi on the both ends. Racers at saka yung customers. Parang ganon yan. That is why that in this new era, no, kasi if we keep on looking on the possibility na sabihin natin na pwede bang magbalik po tayo sa sa normal, parang mahirapan na tayo, no? Mahirap nang bumalik sa normal noon bago nagka-COVID na dapat na tanggapin na lang natin katotohanan about the new normal, and there is also what they call the advantages of it. Kasi noon during sa kagsagad ng COVID na the different marketing strategy pumasok na. Yung kung bakit na halos kahit yung middleman na nakausap ko, yung kaibigan kong middleman, sabi niya, Dok, pag COVID hanggang ngayon po, parang umiba na yung trending in terms of the marketing. Na ang present ko is just before the COVID. But during the COVID and right now, iba na yung flow ng marketing. Bakit? There is what they call the presence of social media. Yung social media naging arms siya for the marketing. Naging arms siya for marketing. That is why that mabilis na yung market ng product natin on the social media, kasi sabi natin that right now na marami. Parang ganoon kasi. Kaya nga with the advent ng new normal natin, pwede bang gawa natin ng paraan yan? Otherwise kasi if we'll be dependent on the middleman, tandaan po natin, hindi po tayo racer ang kumikita ng marine, but the middleman. Kaya nga if you are still on contemplating na kaya nasabi ko kaya palagi is that na only 20% of the success of operating or adaptive technology commercial production is only attributed to packaging technology, and almost 80% of it is attributed to management. Yung kung bakit na pwede bang gawin natin, yun ang isa sa consideration natin. Kaya nga kahit sa mga racers natin all throughout the Philippines, na yun palagi sabi ko is that na pwede bang tayo na lang magtulong-tulungan. Ang problema natin is that tandaan natin, pag niloko po ninyo ang customers po ninyo, kayo na mismo ang sumisira po ng integridad po ninyo. There is no place for us na racers of Philippine native chicken na halos na pagsabihin natin na mag-awayan po tayo na sekreto po itago natin. Alam nyo, you could not supply. If the requirement of the Philippines is about 238 millions in a year, sa palagay nyo, kaya nyo lang mag-iisa? Hindi. It is the role of the Central Philippine University to develop this technology and commercial production, including the production input of it, and even the minute part of this technology, na kung saan po in-impart po namin. Kasi yung pinag-usapan natin, isa pa lang sa bahagi niyan. It is on your desire to raise native chicken. It is in your desire to earn more. But the problem that we have is that how or what kind of strategy we are going to employ na kung saan po naman yung pinagpaguran po ninyo hindi po masayang. In the process of the success that we have, tandaan po natin, kahit na anong gawin po natin o sabihin natin na para bang you have all there na enthusiasm mo to do it, yung motivation behind it na nandun doon yan, but na you need what they call the support services. Na ito po ang support services. Now, if you could remember that you are there to raise native chicken. Raise native chicken. You have what they call the inputs on the side na ikaw as the growers na important kasi in terms of the chicks, in terms of the supplemental feeds, and in terms of the mga sakit naman. Parang ganon yan. You need this one na pa dito po na it can either be you can produce your own. Ibig sabihin po, sabihin natin na kaya nga sabi ko is that na pwede bang if possible, if you can produce your own, the better it will be. Or it can be possibly makuha po ninyo dito sa mga distributors natin. Minsan kasi nangyari is that ang distributor minsan they don't go into what they call the contract means. Now, what are the support services na ang pinagtuunan po natin dito? Support services. Una-una base is that the technology. Technology. Isa kasi yan sa mga nakita namin. But the technology per se, tandaan po natin that mahirap kasi. Sabihin natin na pag-invest mo, agad yung pera mo dadami ay ng mabilis. Tandaan po natin, baka mahirapan po tayo. The support services that we are presenting here is a technology, but not only the technology. Not only the technology, because along the way in your implementation, you need someone to ask, ano ba talaga nangyari? Minsan kasi, hindi naman kasi lahat yan ma-absorb nyo as racers, natin as racers. But we need someone or the group or the support group whereby you can ask questions. Bakit nakaganito yung production natin? Bakit na yung manok natin nagkasakit ng ganito during this month? Samantala pag ito yung buwan wala namang sakit. Bakit yung patoka ayaw tukain po ng manok? Pag tinuka po, bakit na hindi ganon as expected yung production performance? And not only it, aside from the support services that in terms of the production technology, you have also, ang isa pa kasi palagi na ikinakabit dito is what they call the financial support. Financial support. Tandaan po natin. If you are aiming to establish your project, lalo na po ang pagmamanukan, na 100% po ng investment inutang po ninyo sa bangko, tandaan po natin. The price of our product, paakyat, pababa, paakyat, pababa. But, interest rate sa bangko, constant. Tandaan po natin yan. That is why that even economics, it keeps on reminding entrepreneurs na pili pang out of 100% if you really want to expand the operation, pwede bang 1/3 lang ng total asset mo na should be in the form of financial assistance or loan coming from a credit institution? Parang ganon yan. Pangatlo pala is the marketing support. Marketing support. Tandaan po natin is that na because of the, kasi ang market naman kasi minsan ang tingin nila is that na, kaya nga sabi ko kanina na pwede bang if you will be raising native chicken, pwede ba yung product mismo, pwede ba ang product mismo i-maintain yung quality? Huwag po ninyo lokohin ang market. Bakit? Pag niloko nyo ang market, kayo na mismo pumapahirap po sa sarili po ninyo. Iyan kasi ang nangyayari. Because when we ask the processors, palagi sabi, sir, na minsan yung manok na dala sa amin hindi na native. Ang dinadala po is pari native chicken. O hindi kaya yung upgrade. Na pag sinabi kasi natin na upgrade, ang ibig sabihin po niyan is that na yung manok po, that is the process between the fast-growing fowl or maybe the colored broilers with the native. Yung kung bakit ang tawag doon is upgrade. Na upgrading tawag doon, you establish a flock whereby you're using the native one and have it be processed doon sa pure breed na mga pari native chicken or colored broiler. Ang tawag doon is upgrade. Pag bininta mo naman, sabihin mo naman native, maawa po kayo. Padiloko yung market nyo and then the integrity niyan na mawala po. Yan ang isa sa pinakamalaking consideration natin. Na pwede bang sabihin natin na mismo sa mga processor na ito manok ko po ay hindi sa puro. Ito po ay upgrade, mix of native chicken and the fast-growing fowl. And then ito naman po ang isa, this is talaga is native. Now, yung kung bakit that the processor, sabi niya, kasi pag binili nila, hindi na pinibalik. Lalo pag naluto na yan. Parang ganon yan. Palagi sabi sa akin, sir, pag ganito, ang hinahabol po namin is the least possible cost. Kasi ang ratio they wanted for a certain level of profit and the processor also wanted for a certain level of profit. Parang ganon yan. Kung bakit na pipresent ko sa side ng racer at saka sa side po ng processor, at least alam po ninyo. And you can contemplate on it. Now, you can use it on the process of planning your farm. Otherwise, kasi pag hindi nyo kasi yan isinama dyan, and that is one of the support services that you will be needing along the way. Sabi ko that if you are opting to produce in greater number and the technology that you will be using is on the backyard, maawa po kayo sa mga bulsa po ninyo. Maawa po kayo. Parang tinatapon po nyo ang pera po nyo, ang pinaghirapan po ninyong pera sa kawalan. Yung kung bakit that we are presenting this lecture series po naman, at least along the way when you are planning for your farm, establishing your own objective, you already have the ideas. Ano ba talaga ang dapat mo i-consider? Tandaan po natin, try to ask the racers na sa tingin po nyo na po pag-umpisa. And siguro operation-wise, minsan ang iba kasi because of the pride, baka sabihin na okay lang. Iba na kasi usapan na okay lang. No, because ayaw kasi nila sabihin na naloko, nalugi na. No, parang ganon yan. That is why that sabi pa namin paragi is that on the planning stage of your farm, try to consider it. Ang iba kasi nagandahan sila sa nakita nila, they keep on doing it, but only to realize later on that the income that derive from the project and the expenses that they are spending every day, parang hindi na makatugma. Ang expenses mismo, sobrang taas na. Yung kung bakit na pinibang when you're planning to have your farm, pwede bang dahan-dahan muna, huwag po natin biglain, po. No, and before planning it, before implementing, have it be thoroughly studied. Try to consult various person that you think it is of authority. Yung palagi sabi ko is that na pwede bang if you have the first opinion, no, para bang sa medical field, pwede bang mag-solicit po na second opinion o the third opinion para at least mas maunawaan po natin in detailed, no, ano pa talaga ang dapat mangyari. Parang gano'n yan, kahit anong gawin po natin, if there is no support services that we can be on hand, mahirapan po tayo. Be it be in a financial, technology, or even the learning process. Parang gano'n yan. Tandaan po natin, kahit masarap po yung native chicken natin, pag walang asin, suka, at saka iba pang ingrediente dyan, iba kasing lasa niyan. Lalo na po pag walang asin. Ganon din sa technology natin. Kahit nandoon na yung technology na yan, but the various support services and the flow information na dapat malalaman po natin is always very critical for us.